A fourth stimulus check is gaining steam. Also, what the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, just said a short time ago while testifying in front of lawmakers. And what Joe Manchin said about the debt ceiling to his Democratic colleagues. And the shopping season that just kicked off a few days ago is turning out to be a big lump of coal since Americans don't have any money. All of that plus more in this video. Let's get into it right away. But if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as information is changing very rapidly right now, and I'm here for you each and every day with all of the latest updates. And now that Congress is back in session, it is going to get very busy between now and Christmas, as they have vowed to get that stimulus package done, and we will be getting updates on this thing every single day between now and then, whenever they actually get this thing passed, which literally could happen any day now. So subscribe down below. It's totally free to do so, and I'll be here for you every single day to help you out and to make sure that you're staying tuned with everything going on. All right, thank you so much. Let's get right into this. So, Jerome Powell, who is the chairman of the Federal Reserve, was just out a short time ago testifying in front of lawmakers along with the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen. Well, I listened in on the testifying, and they were actually being grilled a little bit by some of the lawmakers. Here's what's interesting. We've been hearing for a very long time now that, inflation is transitory. Don't worry, it'll revisit the previous levels and we'll maintain our 2% target and all of this business. We've been hearing it forever. Well, they finally realized, and they finally admitted today, that inflation, in fact, is not transitory. In fact, they went on to say that they need to retire the word transitory because it was underestimated and inflation continues to rage on. Therefore, they also went on to say that inflation will likely maintain elevated through mid-2022. Well, if they're estimating 2022, it's probably going to be 2023. Let's just be real, right? So, yep, they have confirmed that inflation is going to continue to run hot going forward. Well, they also said that the Federal Reserve will utilize their tools to help tamp down inflation if they need to. In other words, jacking up interest rates, just what all of us need. So, you know what? When they raise interest rates, who does that really hurt? It hurts the small guy, right? It hurts the small people just like us, because when they raise rates, everything goes up, right? Especially when low-income individuals have to take out loans and float balances on credit cards. Guess what happens to those rates? Yep, they get jacked up, right? So anyway, nice. So at least they confirmed, and at least they finally admitted that inflation is no longer transitory and that they should stop using that word. Well, yeah, we could have told you that about 6 months ago, right? So anyway, at least they finally admitted it. So, at the same time, we're also getting some information out of Joe Manchin. He was out saying that according to what he has understood and heard from Republicans, apparently Republicans gave Democrats the okay to start moving forward with the quick reconciliation process to actually raise the debt ceiling. Now remember, this is something that they need to get done within the next 2 weeks or so, as the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, there's that name again, she has confirmed that the Treasury will be fresh out of cash in about 2 weeks or so, around December 15th, give or take a few days there. Also, one more point I want to mention about the Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell testifying today in front of lawmakers. They also did mention that this new COVID variant, Omicron, could also have some severe effects to the economy, as in there could be job losses, there could potentially be some shutdowns and or restrictions with businesses, and ultimately it could have negative implications to the economy. Well, you can guess what happened then. The stock market didn't love that. The thing rolled over and started collapsing. So, of course, it's not down that much. It's about 1.5, 1.75 between, and maybe even a little over 2%, depending on which indices you are looking at. So, the market does not like that sound, right? Because they're just not loving it, right? So anyway, typically I don't talk about the market all that much, but when we're getting into volatile times like this, we've got to keep an eye on it, because ultimately the market does peg just about anything that happens in this country. When it comes to massive stimulus packages and all this other money and all this stuff going on out there, a lot of it has to do with this stock market, right? When that thing starts to roll over, people get nervous and they want to figure out how can we plow some cash into it, right? So anyway, with that being said, I've been seeing a number of different articles articles and reports and all kinds of stuff coming out here. Over the last, I'm going to say about a week or so, week to 8, maybe 9 days or so, there has been a massive influx of all kinds of reports and articles coming out about these massive pushes for additional stimulus checks. Americans are getting fed up with everything going on right now. We are sick and tired of all these prices rising literally every single week. Side note, my wife just got groceries yesterday. It was $169, and it was 4 bags of nothing. Like, seriously, we got like nothing. And it was $169. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Seriously? This has got to stop. I could not believe the price when she told me. I was like, what are we going to do? Like, are we going to go on the water diet? You know what I mean? Like, it's not happening anymore. So, needless to say, I was not excited when she told me the total. Anyway, that was just a quick side note. But my point is, Americans are completely fed up with everything going on right now. In fact, even Joe Manchin confirmed when he was home over the Thanksgiving Day break, the last week when they were all home in their districts, he said that he got an earful from many people in his district right there, kind of laid it on thick saying, hey, this inflation is digging into us. We cannot handle this anymore. You guys have got to do something about this. So he's saying he's even getting an earful about this. But back to the stimulus checks. I've seen a massive influx of all kinds of articles and reports and all kinds of things coming out talking about additional stimulus checks. Now, this all kicked off, like I said, probably about 7, 8, maybe 9 days or so ago. It all started with this $2,000 Thanksgiving Day stimulus check. I brought you a video about that about a week ago. Well, ever since I saw those first reports about that, it has been like massive information coming out about this. I think Americans are finally kind of coming together. Not only us here on this channel and in this community, but many other people out there are really coming together. We're all banding together, kind of plowing forward on this thing, saying, you know what? We're sick of it. We're sick of all these prices going up. We're sick of struggling. We're sick of everything getting out of hand right now. We're sick of living paycheck to paycheck, Social Security check to Social Security check, SSI to SSI. You know what I mean? We're saying we're sick of being stretched every single month. I'm seeing this in a lot of reports right now. It is like all over the place. So this is actually really encouraging that we're getting a lot of push on this and that we're actually getting a lot of momentum behind stimulus checks. And it's more than just the people here in this community. Don't get me wrong. This is amazing to have this much support for additional stimulus right now. But to see it all over the place right now with all these reports and everything else that I'm finding out there, is really good. I mean, this is great. This is exactly what we need, is more momentum, more people pushing on this. In addition to that, remember those couple petitions that are floating around out there? That one is just under 3 million signatures. There's a lot of people that are signing on to that lately, basically looking around saying, okay, what can I do to have my voice heard? What can I do to do my part, essentially, to make sure that everybody knows that we need that additional relief right now, right? So what's interesting about that is kind of over the summer months, that petition didn't really get a whole lot of traction. I mean, it got some. It continued to gain signatures every day. But now we're seeing this massive kind of push in this thing once again. It's kind of encouraging. You know what I mean? It's really encouraging, especially the timing of this thing. One other thing that we have going for us too is the timing behind the stimulus package that's in the Senate right now. The stimulus package is open. They can add a stimulus check if they want to, right? So within the Senate parliamentarian rules, and as far as what can happen with the reconciliation bill, they can add a stimulus check into it. No problem. The Senate parliamentarian would say, fine, good, add it in, go for it. Does not matter. We do not have to remove it. It does not fall within the restrictions of the rules. You can add it all you want. Stuff like that is not a big deal. So they can add it in. So a couple things that we have going for us. Number one, the stimulus package is opened up. The books are open on it, and they can add it in any time that they want to. Number two, what should actually be really encouraging for this is all of this momentum that we have going behind this. Number three, the midterm elections that we see next year. I've talked about that in previous videos. And number four, we're right into the holiday season. I mean, seriously, from what I've been finding out there right now, it's really cool because a lot of people are stepping up saying, hey, lawmakers, are you really going to deny us right here in the holiday season? Holidays are in full swing right now. Are you really going to deny us extra relief right now? Are you really going to deny the kids from getting gifts under the tree? You know what I mean? So, I mean, how can lawmakers really deny that? How can they really say, no, we don't really care? You know what I mean? So we kind of have them in a pretty good spot right now. So, anyway, I'm actually going to bring you in a separate video. I found some pretty good information. I'm going to bring my wife in and actually read it to you because it's pretty good stuff. And then we can actually show you the articles and the information that I'm finding out there right now. And it's actually pretty encouraging. So I'll bring that back in a separate video, and I'll have my wife do some reading for you. So anyway, one more quick note on the shopping season that, obviously shopping is not a season, but the unofficial shopping season, as it's called, just kicked off last week. Well, going into this shopping season, everybody was saying, oh, this is going to be a banner year. Americans are flush with cash. They're going to spend all kinds of money, and it's going to be record profits and all this kind of business. Well, here's what we got. On Thanksgiving Day, they were anticipating record-breaking sales. Well, it wasn't. It was $5.9 billion, which is exactly what it was last year, $5.9 billion. On Black Friday, again, they're saying, it's supposed to be record-breaking. It wasn't. It was just right in line with last year as well. No records, nothing at all. Well, yesterday was Cyber Monday. They were anticipating over $11 billion of sales online alone from the American people. Well, it came in at $10.7 billion, and it was down 1.4% over last year. So, what are they saying? Well, they're saying people don't have any money right now. I mean, yes, we as Americans, not we. I don't know about you, but I didn't buy anything yesterday. I literally did not spend a penny yesterday because I didn't even leave the house. I didn't even go outside. To be honest with you, I did not even, I take that back. I stepped outside to, because apparently it was supposed to be nice out yesterday, so I literally stepped out on the front step and I was like, it's cold out here, I'm going in. So anyway, I was outside for about 32 seconds yesterday. Other than that, I didn't step outside the house. But anyway, Americans apparently did spend $10.7 billion. But according to reports, a lot of that is just going on credit cards and it's not getting paid down. So we're getting right back into the swing of where we were pre-2020, back when everybody was kind of floating things on credit cards, and that's exactly where things are going once again. It's not the positive trajectory that we want to look at right now. So anyway, a lot of good stuff out there right now. So I hope this helps you out. Again, I'm going to watch everything very closely, but got to make sure that you're subscribed down below so I can keep you updated with all of these updates and all the information that I'm finding every day. This isn't even all of it. Seriously, I had to stop at some point. I thought, okay, I'm going to talk about these 5 points and let's hammer it down and let's get it done, right? But I have a lot more to talk about. So I'll come back in a future video and lay it all out for you, especially that dedicated video talking about what I'm finding in regards to stimulus checks right now. Some good stuff out there. So I hope this helps you out. Again, subscribe down below so I can keep you tuned with everything going on right now as it pertains to pretty much all Americans, especially low-income and fixed-income Americans, just like all of you right here in this community. So thanks so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Share this video or any others here on the channel with your friends, family, and social media. And go back and check out some of the other nearly 2,000 videos right here for you. So again, thanks so much for being here. Stay safe out there. Enjoy your day. I'll catch you again a little bit later in the next